and hit it.
There are few pieces of equipment more associated with the film industry than the clapperboard. But the tool is more than just an icon. It is crucial to both the production and post-production processes.
Mark!
Why have they been used throughout film history? And how do you use them? This is What is a Clapperboard? Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to StudioBinder and turn on notifications to stay in the know on all things filmmaking. Ready? Mark.
Marker.
And background.
Action.
A clapperboard is a piece of equipment which is used to sync picture and audio, as well as present information about a scene. On most film sets, it's typically referred to as a slate. Clapperboards can be traced back to the silent film era, when filmmakers would use a slate without a clapper to identify each film roll. With the introduction of sound, filmmakers needed a way to easily sync a film's audio with its visuals, since sound and video are recorded separately on set. Director F.W. Thring is said to have been the first person to add the clapper, also referred to as sticks. The device was refined by pioneering sound worker Leon M. Leon. Initially, clapperboards were either wooden or chalkboards. But today, they are typically whiteboard material. This makes them more durable, and because they're translucent, they're also easier to light. The sticks usually have black and white stripes for maximum visibility in all settings. Occasionally, sticks include other colors in order to provide a constant reference point during the color correction process. Some clapperboards have electronics that include timecodes and metadata. These are called smart slates, while slates without this information are called dummy slates. Let's begin with the purpose of the clapperboard. All of the rules and etiquette around slating have a reason. Slating makes an editor's life much easier. The clapperboard is used to quickly synchronize image and sound. Before there was in-camera audio, the editor would align the visual of the sticks connecting with the audio. Today, an editor can look at the sound waves captured by the in-camera audio and the sound waves of the sound equipment, and then line up the spike created by the clap. Many editors are provided with footage and audio that is already synced through timecodes. A smart slate will have the timecode as well, so the editor can quickly double-check they are lining up the two tracks correctly. Failure to use a clapperboard can cause major delays in a production. The documentary Amazing Grace was initially abandoned by director Sidney Pollack because of the lack of slating. The project was only saved when filmmakers employed state-of-the-art syncing technology years later. The second use of the clapperboard is organization. This is crucial because there are hundreds or even thousands of takes on a feature film. Ideally, the slate should be in the frame right when a camera starts rolling, so the editor can see the scene information up front. Assistant editors can then organize footage into bins based on the scene. Footage of slates also allows editors to cross-reference take numbers with a script supervisor's notes. Circle takes help identify preferred takes, while bad takes are also marked. Now, let's look at all the rules that go into marking the clapperboard. Most slates today have spaces where different information about a shoot should be placed, collectively referred to as the head ID. The second assistant camera, or the clapper loader, is in charge of making sure this information is filled out. This includes information which remains constant, like the name of the production, the director's name, and the director of photography's name, which is sometimes labeled cam or camera. Often the second AC will write these names on tape so that they won't get erased as the shoot goes on. The clapperboard also includes the scene number, camera angle, and take number. The camera angle is represented with a letter placed next to the scene number. The first camera setup for a scene will not have a letter. The second setup is A, the third is B, and so on. The letters I, S, O, and Z are typically skipped because they can be misread as numbers. If a filter or new lens is put on the camera, it will be marked with a new letter, even if the camera's location hasn't changed. Sometimes a scene number will be preceded by a V for VFX, R for reshoot, or X for second unit. A slate also contains a section labeled roll number, indicating the reel or card number the camera is recording onto. The roll number is a letter followed by 3 numbers. The letter refers to the camera being used, and the number indicates the card number. The take number refers to how many times a certain angle has been shot.
Take 1, take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Mark,
7,
Mark.
8.
Mark.
If a director wants to do multiple takes without cutting, the second AC will write series next to the take number. If the take is just part of a scene because of a small technical or performance mistake, they will write PU for pickup. Slates also include MOS and sync. Sync should be circled when shooting with sound, and MOS will be circled when shooting without it. There is also an area to circle interior or exterior, and day or night. The date should also be marked, sometimes along with the frame rate labeled FPS for frames per second. If a second AC ever loses track of the scene number or take number, they can ask the script supervisor, who is in charge of keeping track of that information. Once all of this data is put onto the clapperboard, it is time to put it on camera. These are the rules for slating on set. There is specific etiquette for slating during a shoot.
Hanging everyone, it's fine. Okay, ready to go?
After an AD calls for quiet on set, sound and camera will begin recording.
Ready, Nick?
Call it.
All right, roll sound.
Speed.
Roll camera.
Rolling.
The second AC will read off the scene, angle, and take number, while standing with the slate in frame and in focus.
70 Apple, take 3, mark.
Usually, the camera operator will tell them where to position the slate beforehand. The sticks should always begin open, so there's no confusion later on for the editor. When doing the voice slate, the second AC will read the letter using the NATO phonetic alphabet, such as Alpha for A, Bravo for B, and so on.
171 Charlie, take 2, Aimer.
Or they can use a word that begins with the letter, like cookie for C.
Merrily we dance, 27 Apple, take 2.
But it's important that the second AC read the room before getting too creative with their words. If a dramatic scene is about to take place, it's best not to distract the actor. Quentin Tarantino's clapper loader, Geraldine Brezka, on the other hand, is known for her flashy word choices.
Aldo Bastardo.
Kiss goodbye.
Adolf Hitler.
51 toes, take 7, Mark.
Feet essential. Too nauseous.
Adios.
Vámonos.
Arrivederci.
Yeah.
Voila.
If there is a V in front of the scene number for VFX, the second AC will say visual, so it's important to not use the word visual if there's a V camera angle. Once the voice slate has been read, the second AC then says mark and claps the sticks together.
Mark.
If there are multiple cameras, they will first mark for the primary angle, saying camera A mark.
A marker.
Then move on to the next camera and say camera B mark, and so on.
Make a mark.
If the slate can be seen by multiple cameras, the second AC can mark once by saying camera A and B common mark.
AB, comment mark.
If the second AC has to mark close to an actor's face, they'll want to clap softly. In this case, they'll say soft sticks instead of mark. If the mark isn't loud enough, the second AC can announce second sticks and mark again.
I didn't get that.
Second sticks on A.
Second sticks on A.
No, he's not.
Sometimes sound isn't being recorded. This is referred to as MOS, and the second AC will place the clapper in the frame with the sticks open with their hand either covering or between them. For certain shots, a crew may decide to slate at the end of a take. This is referenced to as a tail slate, as opposed to the typical head slate. A tail slate may be used if getting the clapperboard in front of the camera is too difficult, or if a scene requires concentration from an actor. When a director calls cut, The second AC will then mark with the clapperboard upside down, and usually will then flip it over. The clapperboard is more than just an icon. A detail-oriented second AC can use slating to make the post-production process much easier, allowing the editor to focus on what's important. Much of the information on a clapperboard comes from a shot list. Make your list using StudioBinder's app. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to stay up to date on all our videos. That's all for now. Don't forget to tail slate.
Tail sticks, I'm sorry, tail sticks. Beautiful.